A very happy morning to everybody watching me. This is the voice of Pedagogues Educational Research Institute and any facilitating firm. We appreciate everybody watching us. We thank you for your support and your encouragement towards us during the last Olympia Teachers contest. God bless you. Pedagogues Educational Service is a firm dedicated to enlightening the public on various crucial issues relating to education. We thank everybody for your support. We thank you for your encouragement, and we thank all those who always stay put with us, watching us. God bless you, and we appreciate every child of school going age. We appreciate every school community, most especially during this period when the year is fast running to an end. We decided to go the local and cultural way this morning with the opening sequence with Apala music. Ẹ bá máa rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó ń fi ẹ̀kọ́ ṣẹ̀rín rín, ẹ má ṣe farawé wọn o, ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń sọ ní dọ̀gá o. We thank everybody. We thank the WhatsApp community for your support during the Olympiad contest. We thank you for your encouragement. Your encouragement is a testimony to the fact that you appreciate us, and we do not take the love for granted. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. The firm is dedicated to sharing information that is very crucial for parents, that is very crucial for school administrators, that is crucial for teachers and all stakeholders on education, and it will go a long way to give us a very better light on a number of issues. Silver or gold, I do not have to give the Nigerian community. What I have to give is to shed light on a number of crucial issues in the educational system so that the educational system can be better for it. We urge the Nigerian community to keep watching us as we will give a lot to the system in a no distant time to come. Education remaining the bedrock for a better society. Education remaining the only vibrant tool and a formidable ladder for development. That is why we have to take it very serious, and that is why we have to ensure that the needed information is available for everybody so that the educational system can be better for each. We are using this medium to tell you that we have started our activities in our office, which is located at Otakwete, and we have our stickers, our car sticker, which is very useful for anybody who wants to advertise us. We use this medium to thank those that have been doing that by using our sticker on their vehicles. God bless you. So you can bring your children to us for systematic pedagogical teachings after school hours. That is what we do. And we also render qualitative counseling service. We also render seminar in schools. And we appreciate all those who have been patronizing us. We await your patronage too. Thank you so much. Across the nations of the world, we use this medium to greet the Nigerian community and every nation for the forthcoming carol service that will take place in various schools. This is the period of Yuletide, the death and the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. So we are using this medium to greet everybody a Merry Christmas in advance. Our own carol activity will also come up sometimes, and we'll be discussing a very crucial matter in the educational system. The teacher as an embryonic messiah will be discussed by my humble self very soon on the Facebook. Is going to talk about many things, the similarities about the life of our Lord Jesus Christ and the life of a classroom teacher, himself being called Rabbi during his period. So we are going to analyze that in a very profuse way. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ́ bá máa rí ọ̀pọ̀ tó ń fi ẹ̀kọ́ ṣẹ̀rínrín, ẹ má ṣe farawé wọn o. Ìyà ń bọ̀ fọmọ tí ó gbọ́n, ẹkún bẹ fọmọ tó ń sá kiri o. Bí a kò bá rẹ́ni ti fẹ̀yìntì bí ọ̀lẹ la máa ń rí o. Bí a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé àtẹpamọ́ṣẹ́ ẹni. Bàbá yín lè lógún lówó lọ́wọ́, ìyá yín lè lẹ́ṣin léèkàn. Tẹ́ bá gbójú lé wọn, ẹ tẹ́ tán. Mo sọ fún yín o. Òwúrọ̀ lọ́jọ́ o. We also use this medium to appreciate and thank all those who allow our clips to be shared across various platforms on the social media. Yes, I can really say that I enjoy that because my clip is not only shared in a number of places, it's shared across different platforms. I want to use this medium to appreciate you. God bless you for your love, for your continuous show of love. And we are using this medium to also tell the public that we have a number of products that will be very useful for your children, most especially the counseling aspect, the educational counseling aspect. This is counseling book for your child or school going age. You can get one for them. And this is another product, Secret to a Solid Foundation in English Language, majorly for those that are in junior 1 to school 1 to 3. It's go a long way to help them. The pedagogues community does not write. Pedagogue firm does not write because we just want to write. We write. We produce whatever we produce because there is a specific need, and because there is an academic lacuna to be filled. That is why we produce whatever we produce, and of course going to be very beneficial for these children of school going age. And we wish all teachers and parents, we wish all children of school going age happy end of the first term, as majority of schools now are preparing for examination. We wish you each free examination. Examination is just like the harvest period, when the wheat and the tares will be separated from the weeds. So it's always a very good period for teachers to test the ability of their students. So my advice to students is that the examination period is not a period to fidget, just a period for you to showcase your ability to have learned a number of things. Yes, today people say education is a scam. Education is not really a scam. What education will do in your life might not be measurable in quantitative term, but then it is very measurable in qualitative term. Where the effect of education is not seen physically at times. It is always seen in the mental disposition, mental display of your ability. That is when you will really know that you have been educated. Education aims to enable you to solve your daily problems. It's not only about materialism. That is where we are getting it very wrong at times in our society, and that very notion has to be corrected. That's a very good song, a very good Apala music to usher us into today's topic. And without wasting our time this morning, I will be talking about the topic, overcoming phobic tendencies in school children. Overcoming phobic tendency in school children. Yes, the pedagogues, like I said during the interlude, that we don't just produce clips, we don't just write, we do whatever we do as God lays it in our heart in order to meet a specific educational need in the society. And of course, there is a need for us this morning to analyze this very crucial topic, which is overcoming phobic tendencies in school children. Yeah, it is not news today that many school children have phobia for mathematics, which is called arithmophobia or dysphobia. This is fear for number, fear for figures, which is very common among children who are just coming up, who are just pursuing the academics. Many of them have tendencies to be fearful in mathematics, and this can be tracked to mathematical intelligence according to Howard. is one of the aspects, one of the 7 levels of intelligence. We have mathematical intelligence. A child might be mathematically inclined by way of having talent in mathematics, by way of having talent in numbers. But then if a child does not have mathematical intelligence, circumstances and situations around the child, if well managed, can still get the child interested in numbers and in mathematics. In other words, mathematical intelligence can be earned or it can be inherited. So we are talking about the nature and the nurture thing in terms of mathematical intelligence. So we have various causes of phobia, fear, for mathematics. We have various causes, and number 1 cause I have here is pressured situation. Many of these children are put under pressure to learn mathematics. They are put under pressure to acquire knowledge about figure, which makes them to be fearful about it. So fearing being judged on how quickly you can produce answer. Many of them fear being judged. They fear a lot. Some teachers are too judgmental. Once a particular child doesn't get it the first time, it could be labeled as a slow learner. It could be labeled at times as a dullard. This is not right. This is not the right disposition. We know that children who are just coming to life might have tendency to have phobia for figure. So it takes strategic ability, strategic skill to integrate them with familiarizing them with figures. Yes, the teacher himself in question needs to be methodic in his approach. The teacher in question needs to make the child interested. The teacher in question needs to motivate the child to let them know that relating with figures is just as the same thing as relating with letters and other things. So there's not a big deal about relating with figures. Once they don't have that phobia for figures, they will be able to relate with figures better. Many of them neglect assignments given to them in mathematics. Many of them grow cold feet. Many of them go muscular when we are talking about mathematical assignments, which are very bad. Some of them have specific bad experiences. Then the disposition of parents and teachers at times can get them scared of mathematics. Some teachers, whenever they are teaching the so-called mathematics or mathematical oriented subjects, they assume the role of a masquerade because they will have a very bad countenance, and you see them at times with a long whip to beat any child who commits any mistake in mathematics. Some can only teach the fast learners. Some will not go according to the pace of the learner. So all these things go a long way to make the child in question to develop fear. Even when a child has a tendency to do well, because this is a recurrent issue, this is an issue that affects almost everybody. We know how we grew up when we were in school, when we were learning to be in school, and many of us all of a sudden lost interest in mathematics because of the way and manner maybe probably the teacher taught us. Maybe at times there is no adequate provision of learning materials. Maybe at times because we do not create ample time to study. Maybe because the teacher's method of teaching was not good enough. Maybe because we didn't have time. Maybe there was no adequate resource to teach us. Maybe the teachers that were teaching us were not friendly enough. Maybe teachers were being changed from one to another from time to time. All these things can go a long way to affect the ability of a particular child to learn mathematics. As it was in the beginning, so it is. And if we are not careful, it will continue to be like that. Children will continue to have phobia for mathematics. And it's very important that in primary school, the fear and the phobia for mathematics is quashed, is removed in the heart of the children of school going age, because the hallmark of basic literacy is the apt acquisition of reading, writing, and arithmetic skills. So these things are foundational. These things are instrumental to understanding of many other concepts in the nearest future, in most especially in sciences. For you to be a very good engineer, for you to be a whatever in life, as far as sciences is concerned, you have to be mathematically oriented, and you must be somebody who has got no fear or phobia for mathematics. So it's very important. And even in our daily activities, we deal with numbers. You want to buy something, you want to do anything in the market, you want to do anything, you just name it, you will always need to relate with figures. That's why we cannot sweep the importance of relating with figure under the carpet. So it's good. Whatever is going to cost us to make these children to be interested in figures, whatever is going to cost us to make them to be apt, in terms of relating with figures, we have to give it to it. So if it's going to take us to change our strategies as school administrators, we should let it take us. We have to carefully observe the reason children are fearful of mathematics, and how we can really help the generation, many of them, because they always need to relate with mathematics. Then it is very important for us, now that we have discovered the problem that many children of school going age have fear and phobia for mathematics, then what can we do to help them? What can we do? It is a known fact that children fear mathematics. Then what can we do? Yes, we have to create ample time to teach them, because learning mathematics has to do with constant practice. So in other words, the teacher in question needs to be available, the tutor, the expert in question needs to be available. We take these children step by step. Once a child has a good tutor in mathematics, most especially in the primary school and the nursery school, the child in question has the tendency to do well. So, but once the foundation of the child is not good, then there is nothing the child can build on. So, and there are some important mathematical concepts that need to be driven into the medulla oblongata and the cerebral cortex of the child, most especially division, word mass, addition, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, all these things, multiplication tables, measurements, all these things need to be well integrated into the spirit, body, and soul of the child, most especially in the primary school. There needs to be emphasis on this. This will form the foundation of what the child will build on in the nearest future, in terms of having a very apt knowledge of mathematics. Then there should be encouragement of paced learning. Yes, we say a lot of things, but in this side of the Sahara, it's like we are not yet looking into it. And it's very important that we come to some of the things that we say. Digitalized instruction goes a long way to help any subject. Yes, most especially when talking about video clips, where the teacher teaches repeatedly, where the student and the learner can learn at his or her own pace, where the students can pause the video and continue watching, where he watches a video clip over and over time, several methods, several teachers with different teaching and learning methodologies will go a long way for the child to learn. Then we should change the thought process of the child by encouraging every child that mathematics is not difficult. Yes, once they have this mentality that mathematics is not difficult, it's just like doing and relating with some other subjects as well, then they will be able to pick interest, they will be able to be interested in mathematics. So once the self-confidence is there, they will be able to always study on their own. They will not see the time as a waste. Acquiring mathematics intelligence is a mental task that needs to be encouraged like any other thing, like spoken words. Yes, we know that the more you read a novel or a play, the more you will be able to speak, the more you check your dictionary, the more you'll be able to use phonetics of the language in a better way. The same thing, the more you relate with figures, the more apt you have the tendency to become in mathematics. So even in our primary schools, there should be upholding. We must uphold the philosophies of mathematics, like memorization of mathematical tables, formulas. Many children don't know formulas today. It's very important that they know things by hand. They know it offhand. Then measurements. Then learner centers instruction needs to be encouraged, like the use of videos. Then many parents today do not buy books for their children. It's go a long way to ensure that they are not good in mathematics, because the subject needs material. The subject cannot be learned in abstract. So the government, the students, the teachers, they need to ensure that adequate provision of learning materials is available for the child in question. So another very important thing is to allow experts in the subject area to teach mathematics from primary school. Yes, when people who are not adepts, who do not know the philosophy of teaching these subjects, because everything the teacher does in the class hinges upon a number of philosophies, proven educational philosophies. So when somebody who is not adept with a number of educational philosophies just come to the class to teach, he will be doing a number of things that will not make the teaching learning experience to be result oriented by default. That's why the teaching profession is a professional service. But today we just say somebody who has just left secondary school, who has not gone for education, he knows this, let him go and teach. That by that we'll be doing a lot of havoc. We'll be wreaking a lot of havoc to the school children, because definitely the teaching of that very teacher might have content, but he will definitely lack the pedagogy and the methodology. That is just it. So it's very important that teachers who are very good in mathematics, who are certified mathematicians, teach mathematics in the primary school, because that is the foundation. That is the foundation. Very, very important. Then teachers also need to have friendly disposition to students by encouraging them. Verbal encouragement, not verbal assault. Verbal encouragement. You can know it. Mathematics is the simplest subject. When you are accessible to your students, they can ask questions, they relate with you as a friend, they are not too fearful to relate with you, to ask questions. You encourage them to ask questions. You take your time to explain to them, and they will be able to learn. They will be able to learn. They will be able to learn. Learning mathematics in the formative stage needs a very friendly environment. According to research, teachers who are democratic have better results than the autocratic teachers. So this goes also for mathematics. Then in higher classes and even so for certificate examination purposes, the concept of peer tutoring will go a long way. The concept of group discussion, assignment methods will go a long way to enhance students' performance in mathematics. Yes, a good mathematics student is somebody who is inquisitive, because what you don't know, your friend could know it. He could also be inquisitive to the teacher who is teaching you. You must be able to say, I have worked this problem. Not giving up on your mathematical problems will go a long way to let this concept give way for you. So mathematics should be strategically studied, because it is demanding. It's not too difficult, but it is demanding, and it's going to cost you being inquisitive. It's going to cost you personal research, working mathematics every day. Practice makes perfection. That's one of the formula for passing mathematics and for overcoming the phobia in mathematics, because you cannot run away from mathematics even in your daily activities. Mathematics remains a prerequisite for studying some courses in the university, maybe engineering, statistics, and many others. So there is no way we can run away from mathematics in our daily activities. We even have industrial mathematics. So the knowledge of mathematics will be needed in a number of companies. So mathematics is broad and it needs to be encouraged. There is no reason for the phobia for mathematics. There is no reason. We have to look for a way to make these children interested in mathematics. And learning mathematics will be turned to fun when it is done in a more playful situation, most especially at the elementary stage. Learners will be able to curb the phobia for mathematics, which is popularly called arithmophobia or dysphobia. So it's going to go a long way. The teacher in question needs to be friendly, needs to create a learner-friendly methodology to teach. Yes, I could remember some of my teachers then in secondary school got me. Yes, at the early stage too, I was not too interested in mathematics, but I want to give kudos to some of my teachers who taught me mathematics and who even imbibed a number of nativized methodology and innovations to teach some topics that prove so difficult then. By the time they give you some formulas, they will give us some mnemonics, some songs, some rhymes that will make us to easily remember this formula. Like the Sokatwa, the teacher will be telling us Tegbeskia is equal to Tegbeskia plus is equal to Tegbeskia plus 2 times Tegbete cosine. That is cosine rule. Tegbeskia is equal to Tegbeskia plus Tegbeskia minus 2 times Tegbete cosine. That is cosine rule. From time immemorial, I have not been able to forget that strategy. Then Pythagoras theorem will be telling us Tegbe is equal to Tegbe square plus Tegbe square. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to opposite square plus adjacent square. Then, well, when talking about the longitude and latitude, we say Obaramu Yokuro Kubaramu Ropo. So we're talking about all those strategies. Then the kind of very good songs that some teachers sing in the nativized way to encourage learners to commemorate the learning experience, to really drive it to the mind of the learner, go a long way. So the teacher needs to be innovative. The teacher in question who is teaching mathematics needs to be innovative in order to make these children of school going age to really have it. Yes, then the use ability to touch. When the teacher uses the real objects to teach, maybe you are teaching circle, you cut orange into two, and you let the children know that this surface can be likened to a circle. You are teaching cylinder, you brought the tin of Bonfita to the class. You are teaching rhombus, you are teaching cube. There are many things you can use to illustrate it. You are teaching rectangle, triangle, shapes. There are things you can use to illustrate. So when the teacher uses real objects, instructional aid, teaching aid to teach mathematics, when there is provision of digitalized instruction, like in our school, I just dreamed that very soon in various schools we are able to have projectors, system, we are able to have good internet facilities, video clips, and many other things to illustrate what teachers teach. Not only even in mathematics, teaching aid, audiovisuals go a long way for children of school going age to be able to have a better mastery of what is being taught. The reason learning appears to be difficult in Nigeria among children of school going age in this side of the Sahara is that learning concepts are presented in the very most abstract way. We are talking about concepts that you have not even really related with in your entire life. So it's going to go a long way to have for the child to have a problem in it. So mathematical problems can be solved. The phobia for mathematics can be solved. The teacher needs to be interested. The teacher needs to be able to carry the slow learners along. Many mathematics teachers today are alleged of being too fast when they are teaching the concept. A teacher should be able to carry the slow learners along. A teacher needs to be able to explain, take time to actually explain, to take time, because we are talking about the mental age of the children. Most especially, this clip is to really agitate for the interest of the young learners who are in primary school, because of their mental age is still very small. So it's very, very important. It's very important for the teacher in question to be systematic enough to take them through the processes on a gradual note. Then it's very important for parents to be carried along on some of the steps, some of the things that they have to do with their child on a personal note, if the child is going to have a proper mastery of mathematics. Once you know that a particular subject has the tendency to be difficult, then the parent in question needs to create more ample opportunity for the child to learn that very subject. When a child is good in English and mathematics in the primary school, that will form the foundation for the edifice of intellectualism to be built in the mental journey, in the academic journey of that child. So very, very much important. Then the use of games, mathematical games and apps can go a long way to help the child. Can go a long way to help the child when the children engage in games. Even simulation games naturally go a long way to improve the IQ of the child. So when the child has a good IQ, he may be able to easily relate with mathematics. So it's going to be like that this morning. I want to use this medium to thank each and every one of you for watching us. I want to thank you for your time. Keep watching us as we will be discussing so many crucial educational issues from time to time. This is a Voice of Pedagogues Educational Services Elisha. For you, you want your child to be taught, you want the best qualitative and superlative education for your child. We have our head office at Otakwete Elisha. So you come there for your child to be registered. Thank you very much. And wishing you each free day. God be with you till we meet again.